first up is our setup. So I've got my page square to the table that I'm working on. I've got my 4 little corners of tape that I'm just gonna lay on the corners just to tack this thing down, hold this thing down. I've got my T-square out on the desk. I've got my triangle. I've got my engineer's ruler, my pencil, my eraser. So we're good to go. Drafting's all about making sure everything's square. So we've set up our page right down here. We set up our page square to the table, and now we're going to set up all our lines kind of square to one another. I'm going to start this way on my sheet, and I'm going to put in this kind of baseline right here first. So just a nice line right across the bottom of the page, and that'll be more than enough length for me to work with. Now I've got to do some measuring here. I'm using the 1 to 100 scale. I don't know if you can see this thing, but the 1 to 100 scale. So if you were to scale, this would be meters, but as is, this is centimeters, and the individual graduations are millimeters, right? So when this says 55, that's in millimeters here. So you can think of that as 5.5 centimeters if you prefer. I don't know if you can see that here, but we're working in millimeters, and I kind of converted to centimeters, so we can work with your measurements just like that. But measuring from the baseline, so I've got 5.5 is my first mark, and then another nice long lines, right? They should be going all the way across every time, because we're going to use them all the way across. So that's this guy here, and we've got another 5.5, and we're just going to keep going up the page and putting in all the horizontals. So we'll check in once we've done that. We've got all our horizontals, and you'll notice I went through along the side and I double checked all the measurements. Just kind of wrote them in along the side to make sure we're good to go. Double check the total length too, as is written here, is 278 on your drawing. So all our horizontal lines are done, and now we're just going to throw in the vertical lines in the page here. So these guys, we're going to use the triangle here, or the square. Alright, as you can see, the last thing here is to begin to lay out the actual body onto your paper here. So I started just by kind of identifying some points I was going to work from here, and I just kind of drew those in to the sketch that I'm working with, right? And then I've just gone over it and just put in some heavy lines so I can begin to see the outline of my vehicle here. Be really careful in sections like this. Make sure you are hitting the correct points. These tabs are a little less important here. This guy and all these, oh, they're labeled there for you anyways. They're just going to fold under, and they're just going to become your glue points as you glue together the body of your vehicle.